but the NGOs come to help the needy who are needy because of what the colonizers did to Africa.
What if Africa was not colonized? Does that ring a bell? Those are the things that keep me up at night. What if we're not colonized? What would Africa be without the influence of the colonizers? Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda, your number one YouTube channel in the world. First of all, I know you missed us. I'm here with the one and only
Kim the comic.
And Janita Maya as usual. Now today's episode is going to be a reaction to a certain individual named Afridamas.
I'm telling you.
We're just tired. Named Afridamas. He recently did a StreamYard interview with our dear boss, Mr. Oshadik Jackson. If you've not yet watched that, I think the link will be put down below so that you can go and watch that, because it's from that you'll understand where we're coming from in this episode. I repeat, go watch that clip or that video and then
the whole video. It's not a clip.
So this video.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to start off this video by saying colonialism did not benefit Africa. Okay?
Wow.
Colonialism did not benefit the colonized. It benefited the colonizers. That's my wordplay.
You've learned English. I'm so proud of you, by the way. I just want to start with that.
Listen.
You have really... Your English game is going up. Now, Afridamas.
Yeah. Let's talk about him. First of all, I don't know why he's calling himself Afridamas if he's hating on Africa that much. It should be
he should be like, Ameridamas.
Right? Since he loves America so much, he had to leave Africa for America. So you let him stick to his white people.
Yeah, and we're not hating on Afridamas, but he claimed that colonialism helped Africans, right? Which I have to say, it's true and false.
Oh my God, Kim, get
Listen,
out.
No. We cannot sit here and pretend that everything he said was wrong.
Right.
Most of the things he said, I didn't like them. And some of them, I think he's talking because he hasn't been here for a long time. Yeah, because he said he shifted to the US in the 80s.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a really long time. Like,
yeah, I don't even know.
So like how many decades? No, it's like 3 decades.
Yeah, anyway, I personally, I would like to stand with my chest.
Well.
And say that I don't agree with most of the things that he was saying. And I'm going to state what I didn't agree with, okay?
Exactly.
The first thing that stood out to me was the infrastructure was built by Europeans, and that is a lie, okay?
What I don't know what he means by infrastructure.
Yeah, I wish you could clear that up, because to my knowledge, I am a firm believer that most Africans built so many things, built the infrastructure. Yeah, maybe the Europeans came with the technology. I'll say that,
Even with the tech, do you really think there were Europeans actually building, like constructing roads? I think the Africans were the ones for that long. The Africans were the ones being used to construct these things.
Yeah, they were being used. And he kind of mentioned about how the Europeans. Let me not say white, because there's some Europeans who are also dark skinned. My apologies, do not come for me. But he was also trying to mention that the Europeans were paying.
That's the colonizers.
Sorry,
Yeah.
He was also saying that the colonizers were paying Africans, a high wages and all that. But we go back to history, and we go back to reading and history and all that, to school and all that, and we were told these people were not paid enough. They were paid pennies. They were paid peanuts. That's why they had to keep working for the colonizers so they can put food on their table, because it was at that time, when someone is doing, it's like putting something in front of you and then you kind of want to grab onto it, but they're just giving you droplets. I'm not giving you a bucket of water. It's just droplets of water. So I don't know how you can say that the low wages are high wages now all of a sudden, right?
True. And he also talked about how Africans don't know about CPR. I don't know. They don't know about medical stuff. But like you guys, which generation are you talking about? Yes, there could be. I don't know. There could be some places in Africa, and that's another problem I had with his whole assessment, because you cannot talk about Africa as if it's one place in the playground somewhere.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad.
They're different countries. So when you say Africa, and he was from Gambia, right? Is it the Gambia?
Gambia.
Like, bro, maybe if you're going to talk about that, talk about the Gambia, and then we know that's what's going on in the Gambia. And then again, I don't think it's that bad. CPR is not known in Africa. Are you serious? Like,
really?
What are we doing?
I would also like to tell him that there's evidence that the herbal medicine that most Africans use was actually more okay. Yeah, people did die, you know. That's not good. But there's herbal medicine that can actually cure some diseases.
Then again, Afridamus was claiming how yes, that the white people came here, the colonizers came here and improved the world, improved Africa. But I don't know if he also have the same opinion on apartheid policy, that was going on in South Africa. Because when the white people came into South Africa,
colonizers,
it wasn't good news.
right?
There was development, but only for the white people.
Right?
You get the good schools, only the white people were going there.
Toilets.
Good toilets, only the white people were going there.
We said colonizers, sweetie.
Oh, only the colonizers were going there.
Yeah.
And the black people were not benefiting from all this so-called development at that time.
Yeah.
So because right now you see there's development, maybe in South Africa, there's good buildings. There's still even racism going on right now between white people and black people in South Africa.
Yeah.
And if you think that colonizers are these saints, these saviors, even in the whole America you're in right now, why is there still racism going on? Do you think... I always hear a lot of complaints from black Americans about racism, segregation. This is all happening in their own backyard. In America, it's going on, like the racism. Maybe you haven't yet experienced it, but hey, you don't want to be the one who experiences. Maybe if you experience racism where you are, where you rent to in the US, maybe you'll change your opinions.
Yeah. And speaking of infrastructure, the European infrastructure was developed for Europeans to move their goods and ease their lives. I repeat, to ease their lives, not to ease the lives of Africans, okay? Yeah. The only way some Africans were benefiting is through maybe working for them and sleeping in the boys' quarters, okay? There's no African sleeping in the main house or in the main quarters and all that. You couldn't even,
like, you said they saved Africans, but you couldn't even intermarry with these people.
Right.
Like, it was illegal for a black African, to just be with a what?
A white.
A colonizers, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we have to leave this whole white savior mentality, because his whole argument was that Africa needs to be recolonized, because they need to come back. But we need to drop that whole mentality that there's someone out there going to come and save you. It may be white, black, gray, red. No one is out there going to come and save you. I feel like it's up to us as Africans. Of course, we're working towards that. Up to us as Africans to work together, improve our government policies, remove some things.
And I also
not
feel
us waiting for someone to come from somewhere and help us. Because the same history is going to repeat itself.
And I also feel like most of these things that he claims are in Africa, the corruption, the mismanagement of funds, some of these things are being funded by those so-called colonizers. Do you know that? If you claim that there's a lot of corruption in in Africa and all this, let me give you an example of like Uganda or corruption. If those so-called colonizers knew that this was going on in Africa, why do they keep sending donations in Africa? Why do they keep sending things to Africa? Maybe because they know these guys just need the money, and all they want in exchange is what? Is resources, minerals and all that stuff. Because you can't tell me you'll keep giving someone donations and then you see all the corruption going on and you just continue giving what? Giving donations.
Yeah.
That should be something to you that maybe they don't want Africa to actually improve. They just want it to be wherever it is.
Yeah.
That's my theory. I'm not saying this anyway.
I'm not with you on that point entirely, because there are some NGOs doing amazing work. I even have an NGO myself.
I'm not talking about really NGOs. I'm talking about like this.
But like most of them use the NGO path, because the money is not taxed and all that.
But the NGOs come to help the needy, who are needy because of what the colonizers did to Africa. Do you understand what I mean?
I get it.
Like,
do you people understand what you mean?
Like you're claiming that the guys are coming to save us, but in the first place, if those guys hadn't colonized Africa, I don't think we would be in that situation. That's what I think.
Yeah, and instead of us saying colonialism improved Africa, let's say the outside contact improved one's perspective. It improved the way, maybe, when you travel a lot, you kind of see things in a different light, and you you look at life differently. So maybe you can say that it improved the perspective, but didn't necessarily improve Africa on its own. And the people agreeing with this man, people have never set foot on our motherland. Shame upon you.
No, this guy also hasn't been to Africa in a long time.
You speak on you've not been there. You've not been there recently. You're not doing anything to help your. Oh no, not to help you. But I'm just saying, like, you're not even adding any value to society or anything else. But you want to sit there on your high chair and judge.
He was actually seated on a chair with a podcast mic. Maybe that's where the views just got distorted. But hey, Afridamas, we respect some of your views. Yes, Africa is not perfect. Like, there's a lot of things going on. Like you said, corruption. There's all this mismanagement of everything.
Yeah.
But if you go to where you claim that there's greener grass, they also have their own issues.
Yeah.
The US has a lot of issues that...
I'm sure there's nepotism in the US. That's where the word even came from. So.
Like, there are things going on there that for you think, oh my God, I'm seated in my apartment, everything is perfect. But if you go down and research about what's going on in the US and everything, I'm sure you'll find similar problems that are going on in Africa. You get?
Yeah, I also want to point out that what if Africa was not colonized? Does that ring a bell? Those are the things that keep me up at night. What if we're not colonized? What would Africa be without the influence of the colonizers? What would it be?
I mean, yes, there would be, like you said, people were doing slave trade apparently before even this slave trade started.
I would like to point out that...
But are you trying to say that this slave trade that the colonizers brought was better? Like,
right?
Was it like a
bad deed is
slave
a bad
trade
deed.
Pro Max? It's still all bad, like, you get.
Yeah.
Anyway, and another thing of Afridamas, the mere fact that you ran away from, okay, I don't want to say you ran away, man. You may have literally run away, but you went to America for a better life, for a better education. Don't you think you have a problem yourself? If you know the problems going on in your home and you decide to run away instead of trying to improve them? Like, and then you go and sit down in your apartment and your podcast mic and talk and trash talk the whole of Africa, not even the country you're from, but the whole of Africa. Just because you're somewhere in the US, don't you think you also have a problem with yourself? Like, what does that say about you as a person?
Yeah.
Which means if you're saying Africans have a problem of putting themselves down and not supporting themselves, then you are part of the problem because you are there instead of being here trying to solve the problem. You are the problem.
Be the change that you want to see.
Exactly. So you can't sit there
and
start talking all this.
I also add, the colonialists used a number of methods and strategies to compile fellow Africans to, submit to their rule. They used taxation, forced labor, conquest, payment of low wages so they could keep the black man under their control.
Right. I really had a problem with... Apparently, the colonizers were giving higher wages than Africans.
That's the one
give
thing
themselves.
I don't understand. Who lies to you? Where?
What? How? Like, these were literally slaves being forced to work. So which wages are you talking about?
No, they might have been paid for their work, but he claimed that they were paid
higher
more.
wages.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's a lie. Don't lie to yourself.
I can't come to your land to take control of you and then start giving you all the money. With which love?
They rebel. May I also add that he said Africa's culture was the quickest to colonize, but it was also the quickest to decolonize itself. Okay? It is that same African culture that rebelled against the colonizers. Even though it was quick to get them, it was quick to let them go.
Another thing where I this is just my opinion also. Like, he says why Africa was colonized because actually these guys were supporting already like what was going on. Apparently they were supporting slave trade. But like, these guys came with guns here, right?
Right.
These guys came with Bibles here, right? Like, let me give you a scenario, right? If let me give it in terms of equipment. If I was using like a normal camera to do my work, and then someone somewhere from another place comes and shows me this other high-end camera, it may not even be high-end. It may just be another type of camera. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? This is the camera to use. It has all this. This is better to use. And puts it in my head that what I'm using is not the right thing. Obviously, if I adopt the camera he's using, I'm never going to be as good as him on the same camera. In terms of civilization, we can never be as civilized as the colonizers because the civilization okay, I think it started from Egypt, civilization. But whatever they were introducing here was what they were good at,
Yeah.
which they expected Africans to adopt.
Yeah, and mind you, they also came during the industrial era because they needed a constant supply of certain raw materials, So they needed to keep that going for their people, right?
True.
Yeah, but then he also had some points that
Some points which are making sense.
they made sense because
Yeah. But the mere fact why people see Africa as backward is because they see it in the colonizers' eyes of civilization. That's why you see Africa as backward.
Doesn't that mean they're also still colonized because they're still seeing Africa in the colonizer's eye?
Exactly. So you cannot say that Africa one day is going to just wake up and just beat all the civilization in the US when this is not actually our thing. Our thing was traditional wear, traditional herbs, traditional environments. That was what we were good at. And then these guys brought what they were good at and imposed it on us.
Right.
So basically we're still learning. And I don't know how long that will take.
No, I feel like we're getting there. We're learning, but it's not right for someone to claim that colonization. How can you? It's like saying oppression helped the people.
No,
Maybe
actually,
it made them stronger to fight, but
if this guy was said all this while staying in Africa, then I would
Yeah,
I'll be
right?
like, you know what? This guy is in Africa, he's struggling and he's trying to like make things right. But you're in the USA talking trash about where you come from. Let me tell you something. Those colonizers, no matter how much trash you talk about Africa, they will never accept you as one of their own. You will always be African, so you can talk all the stuff you want. Some may be true and some may be just extreme, but they'll never accept you. So it's up to you to wake your going to say wake your
yeah, I know what you're going to say.
to wake yourself up and come back where you belong and try to make things better.
You know what? I don't think you need to come back, boo. You can't.
You just
can
call him-
actually. I
you
called
call
him
him
boo.
boo? Wow.
You can actually stay where you
If
are.
John calls you boo,
Freedomers can actually. Yeah, you don't need to come back.
it's not your type.
It's
Huh?
all right. No, who cares if it's my type or not? Kim, concentrate.
Yeah, I'm concentrating,
Anyway,
but like
what are your last words?
the last words is yes, Africa is not the perfect place. Yeah, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses.
Like any other place.
Yeah, like because there's nowhere in this world where you go, and then everything is just
Rosy.
perfect. Maybe Switzerland. I don't know. I've had nice stories about
Are
Switzerland.
you now trying to?
No.
the
I'm not
colonizers
Afridamas. No.
behind?
But Afridamas, if you're ever going to be a respected person, because I know you're not going to change color soon. Like you're always going to be black and you're always going to be from Gambia. If you ever want to be like respected, people respect people who stand with their own, And you may not have to support it, but you can point out the differences and the bad things about where you come from, as you also try to act as a solution. You're behaving like a black man who is tarnishing black people, and then he's chilling in a white man's palace. It doesn't make sense. What you say may have a point, but it will never make sense according to your actions. So that's all I can say.
Yeah. And personally, my last word would just be: sometimes some people speak from a place of privilege. You went on the internet, you researched and thought, okay, let me go with that. You've not been to the continent in a long time. You were there when things were still, where they were. I mean, even Uganda itself is not where it was before, Uganda has developed in my eyes, We have some areas where we could improve, but we have areas where we could improve, but it has developed. That's just me saying the same way a butterfly starts from, the larva stage and it's a caterpillar and then it goes to a butterfly. It's the same way any other place can be. So I feel like you should give certain countries, we don't want your chances. You need to understand that sometimes things need time to grow.
Maybe.
And they will grow. But you saying that oppression, colonization
Helped Africa.
is just not it. It's just not it. It's not.
Maybe this guy, Afridamas, first hit me up, Instagram,
Where?
Kim the comic, and I take you around Kampala for a bit.
Anyway,
You realize
when
people
you
know-
come to Kampala, we are the people who are going to take you around.
People know CPR here,
Right.
people are performing C-sections in hospitals.
People that
I don't know, maybe in the
Hospitals are
80s, when you were still here before you ran away with your...
anyway, Anyway, guys, let's just stop there. I think we've all said our piece, right?
Yeah, and we're not dissing you. We're just trying to differ from your opinions and trying to react to certain things you said that we feel are not right.
We are talking as Africans on the continent, born and bred, okay, in Uganda. So anyway, guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel that is Kenganda, and follow us on all our social media pages, Kengana Nation.
On Instagram, Facebook,
Nation,
Twitter. We are your host, Kim the Comic.
And Johnny Tamaya. See you next time.
Bye-bye.